I signed my rookie deal the same time Derek signed his 4-year deal. My rookie year, Derek ran for 2K. And realistically, no matter what the hell I did, wasn't nobody in the world gonna say, hey, put him in front of, like, take time for me. Hell nah, bro. Like, that was not gonna happen.
Here we go, man. Yeah, this is our jam.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Toonen to Dillon podcast. We are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Darrynton Evans. My dog, you might know him as It's Live. If you are on Twitch, you're on TikTok, everything. You just stream on everything.
Yeah.
We on everything. So if you're not tapped in, make sure you do. A lot of great content, which we'll get into more than just on the football field. My guy constantly on the NCAA grind. We might have to set up a one-on-one match between him and Will at some point.
I'll get smoked then. I've been playing with that. Hey, how do you guys know each other? I think it'd be good to start off there. Like, what's the background between the relationship here?
Yeah, I think it go back to like pre-draft, man. 2020 coming out, we came out same year in the 2020 draft class. I think first time actually being around each other was the combine.
Yeah.
Just kind of talking there, getting to know each other. Everybody that was around in that class, like, that was a extremely deep running back class. Like, a lot of people don't really think about it. Like, honestly, I think that class as a whole was deep, from the quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, O-line, D-line. Like, I don't really see a class topping the 2020 class from, I'm saying, a depth standpoint. But, that was probably the first time. And then, he went to Green Bay. I went to Tennessee. And then it was when I actually got let go by Tennessee and went to Chicago is when we really started, like, crossing paths a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I think it's so crazy, like you just said, like that whole combine experience. I remember just getting out there and you're like, I've watched your tape, I've seen you, you're always looking, as a competitor, you're always looking like, all right, who are these other guys coming out? And you get to the combine, bro, all that stuff goes out the window. It's like, oh yeah, we all in the same spot. You got to do all the same stuff, and just like, you'll see where you land. So no, it's been cool, and obviously following along in each other's journey. My thing is, like, you always got to respect game. And as like a running back, I feel like you're in a unique spot where the film you're watching on the sideline felt 2-3 minutes. You go through that and you're like, all right. Then you look up at the Jumbotron and see what the other guy's doing. And so, like, there'll be times you're across the field looking at somebody, running through the hole, and like, that's a good cut right there. That was pretty good. That was pretty nice. But yeah, man, I appreciate you joining us. And shoot, a lot has happened since the last week's podcast. Last week we had Tobias Eats on, and he was a big Giants fan. And since then they got a brand new coach. They got Harbaugh now.
John Harbaugh going to the Giants is crazy. I think that's it's an interesting move. I mean, he's one of those head coaches that's, like, for sure a motivator. I don't know, Darrynton, what kind of, like, coaches did you experience? Like, you said you were with the Titans and the Bears.
Yeah. So when I came out, I initially had Mike Vrabel. So, Mike's one of them guys that, everybody respected. Like, I will say he's when it comes to coaching, bro, he's the coach. Like, whatever he says is going to happen, is going to happen. Like, we would literally be in the game, and he'll be like, whatever in the team meeting on a Monday. This is before they even go through really looking through the film and breaking it down. He's just one of them guys. Like, he comes from that Belichick tree. And he would tell us on Monday, if we do this, this, and this, and don't allow them to do this, this, and this, we will win the game. Every week we play the game. And the thing is like, a lot of teams, it'll just be offense over here, defense over here, and then you come together for special teams. No, with Vrabel, the offense dang near knew what the defense was supposed to be doing. The defense knew dang near what the offense was supposed to be doing. And that was the expectation. So in the game, when something did or didn't happen, everybody knew why it didn't happen or what should have actually happened, from hey, don't allow this quarterback to get outside the pocket to his right. If he gets outside the pocket to his right, bad things will happen for us, good things happen for them. As long as we make him roll out to his left, match the hand, assault in the middle of the pocket, these are when good things will happen for us. And you will literally come back the next time on Monday, Tuesday, while you watching film. We didn't allow him to get to the right side of the pocket. We flushed him out to the left. We matched the hand. Pick. This time here, we allowed him to get outside the pocket to the right. We tried to match the hand. First down for them. We assault the middle of the pocket here. We set the wall. You know what I'm saying? Edge wall swarm is what the defense would say with him. We set the wall. Edge came around, swarmed in. No gain. Right here, we didn't set the edge. 4, 5, 6 yard gain. So it's like literally just back to back to back. Every play was like a new play, but it had that philosophy though.
That's cool. I've never heard of like an NFL team. I mean, even I played football in college at the D3 level, but still, like, you know, offense is on one side, defense is on the other. You're running against scouts. That's really unique. It's kind of like a whole team approach to it. I wonder if he's brought that to New England. I'm assuming so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you think
type of style.
Yeah.
And you got to think too, like some of that has to come. Like obviously, I haven't been around him. I played college ball with his son, so he'd be at BC every now and again. But that has to come a little bit from just being a player himself.
Yeah.
You know, like as a player, you've been in enough meetings, you've been in enough game situations, and actually been in it to feel like, hey, you know, all this is great, but this is not how people are actually thinking. Like I'm hearing what the coach is saying, but like in my mind and everybody over here, like we're hearing you, but like you're not out there. And so when you hear, whether it's somebody who used to play ball in the NFL or whatever it is, when you're listening to somebody, he's a Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame as well, or
Just
Patriots Hall of Fame.
I think 2 years ago. Yeah.
Is he in the NFL Hall of Fame as a player?
I think he's Patriots Hall of Fame.
Patriots Hall of Fame.
Patriots Hall of Fame. You know, won a Super Bowl, couple Super Bowls, and like it's a legend in New England. You got to respect what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about, and so I feel like that too, like just that level of respect. Not that you don't have it for, you know, people who didn't play in the NFL. It's very hard to do, but like there's a little extra. You know, it's like he's done it. Like you're a linebacker there trying to make it, and he's coaching you up. It's like, how can you not listen to every single word he's saying?
It's exactly what you're saying, man. Like when I tell you, like you have those coaches who've coached for a very long time, and they say this is supposed to happen. You know, we're gonna do this, whatever. These are the X's and O's, and when that doesn't happen, well, this is easy. You should be able to. He's not one of them coaches. You know what I'm saying? He understands the X's and O's that you have on the paper. When you get on the grass, those X's and O's change.
They're moving.
Like, and that's why I say like, him as a coach, a lot of players, like, he's a hard coach. So some players ain't like him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you going to respect what he say.
You were in Buffalo for a bit. Like Sean McDermott.
Love him.
Like I feel like I haven't heard anybody who is ever in Buffalo. I got some guys over there. They love it.
It's crazy.
I would say when it comes to all-time favorite coaches that I played for, Sean McDermott he's the one. Like if I were to ever get into, you know, coaching ball, whether it's high school, college, NFL, the coaching style I would take would be McDermott's approach. Like he's just a player's coach. He's a family man. Like everything about him makes you want to run through a wall and give your all. Like I know for me specifically, bro, my first day I got picked up by Buffalo. This man comes over there. We hold a conversation for 30 minutes at walkthrough. Like he really wants to get to know every player. It wasn't just Josh Allen. It wasn't just Deion Dawkins. It wasn't just James Cook. You could be the highest paid player on the team or the lowest paid player on the team that just showed up. He's going to actually get to know you, the person. And he actually cares. Cool. Yeah. So it's like, you know, a lot of times coaches will do it just because like, hey man, nice to have you, da-da-da. Keep it moving. No, like he legit wanted to get to know you. Ask how your family is. His wife would get to know, you know, your wife or girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Ask, you know, how your mom, how your dad, how your brother, sister, your nieces, nephews. Like, it go a long way, man.
I feel like that's one of those things where, and like Will has obviously been a part of it. When I was in Green Bay, obviously it was real easy to come to the games and be there. But Will's traveled out to Philly a couple of times, and my wife does a lot of the stuff with the WAGs and all that stuff. And Will's tagged along to some of the family events and things that we do. And, you know, I feel like that people don't really talk about that enough, and I've been fortunate enough to be at some spots where they do really good, like family and friends kind of make sure you're taken care of. But that's a big piece. Like when you're playing ball, when you're in training camp, the dog days of training camp, or going to a new spot for OTAs, like the last thing you want on your mind while you're trying to learn the playbook and make sure you're doing your job is like, hey, is my girlfriend or my wife gonna be okay, or is, you know, I gotta get these tickets to my mom, or my cousin's coming, so how do I get these tickets? Like it's so nice when you go to a place where you feel like, hey, like I can focus on ball. They want me to be the best player I can be, and all the people who've been supporting me or all the people I want around me, they're going to be taken care of. They're going to, show them love.
Like I'll say again, like, just to further my respect for McDermott, bro, I remember, like, mind you, I had 3 stints in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't got cut by them 3 times. But the thing is, every time I've gotten cut by Buffalo, he's the first person to call, check in. I go to another team. You see me playing, say the next week or 2, I'm back in Chicago or something like that, playing a game. Hey, congratulations, da-da-da-da. I saw this run here. He's still coaching me up.
Yeah,
wow. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope.
Calling, checking in. And then, like, I remember my second time back in Buffalo, this is right before training camp. Like, my dad had passed right before training camp. So, literally, I get up to training camp. When I tell you every day, before practice, after practice, he came and talked to me before practice. Hey, if you need some extra time, let me know. We'll get you out there, get you situated. After practice, you good, check in. All right, if you need time before meetings, whatever, come call me, talk to me, whatever. Like, he's one of those guys. And, like, I'm going to call him today, check in, but just want to let things settle out. But got my respect, bro.
Yeah, no, that's dope. And I think, too, it's one of those things where, honestly, like, that one took me by surprise. I think it's one of those things where, like, you were just talking about Vrabel and Ben Johnson, guys having success, those first-year guys going to teams and having success. And I'm not a GM. I don't know. I'm not an owner. But it's like, okay, maybe teams are thinking, all right, these guys can do it year 1. Maybe we need to make a change. But it's so hard. Obviously, it can only be one. It's like, bro, I get it. They didn't win a Super Bowl, but to get to that point or get to the AFC Championship or get to, like,
it's not
that's
easy.
not hard to do. There's 8 teams. You're going to fire the man for being top 8 every year?
Yeah. I tell people all the time.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I tell people all the time. They talk about Buffalo losing in the Super Bowl way back, back to back to back to back. And then they talk about, getting to the right before the Super Bowl, losing to the Chiefs and stuff like that. I'm like, you got to understand, bro. Like, it's hard to win a football game alone in this league. We say this all the time. You hear that? It's hard to win the league. It don't matter if you playing the 0-17, 2000 and whatever Detroit Lions, or you playing the whoever, the Kansas City Chiefs when they won it all. Like, it doesn't matter. Week to week, it's a brand new game, brand new league, whatever. And then you take that up to playoffs. Everybody knows playoff ball and regular season ball, completely different. Intensity's up, details are up, everything is up. So at the end of the day, you got to respect the ones that get there and do that consistently. And then just got to remember at the end of the day, too, like, it's only going to be one Super Bowl champ and 32 losers. Can't change that.
I do want to talk a little bit about you, your journey and everything, man. Like, not to toot your own horn, I'll do it for you. You look at that 2019 season you had before you came out. You left early. Yeah. 14 or 15,000 rushing yards, almost like 2,000 all-purpose, 24 touchdowns, Sun Belt offensive player of the year. Yeah. Get drafted in the 3rd round, Tennessee, and then obviously you moved around a little bit. Had some success in the league, still in the league, trying to figure things out. It's like when people think of, NFL players, or they think of running back, it's like they're so quick. Like, he ain't starting. He's gone. Like, just talk to me a little bit about just kind of how you stay motivated. What kind of brings you? I always say, like, what brings you your peace or your joy. Like, I know you stream, so we'll get into that. But it's like, for me, it's like trading cards. I used to be big into games, but for me, I do trading cards. It lets me, like, just kind of relax. But talk to me a little bit about your journey and just kind of how you stay motivated throughout the process and, just with positive attitude and everything like that.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's definitely just always told myself, like, delayed gratification is a thing that's always been it for me, whether it was high school, college, or the NFL. When I talk to people all the time, they hear, 3rd round draft pick, whatever, and think I've always been this player here that's always been at the top. That wasn't the case. So it's like, when I got to Tennessee, it was cool. I had D Hen there, me and him were the 1 and 2, but I had messed up my knee. When I messed up my knee, that's kind of when things changed. And it's like, well, dang, bro, like, they not putting me in, or, what I'm saying, they not letting me get this right to where I can be, like, the best version of myself. Mm-hmm. And, at the end of the day, in the NFL, what you put on tape is your resume. And, when you out there not 100%, and you trying to give your all versus everybody else who's out there again fighting for you know what I'm saying? You essentially fighting for your life, bro. Like that's just what it is, your livelihood.
For real. Hey, that's how it is.
Yeah, it was tough in them early years, you know what I'm saying? Especially being at Tennessee with the Vrabel, a team, an organization that was very demanding at the time where we won the AFC South both years. We were the number one in the AFC, had the first round by my second year. Before I got there in 2019, they lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game before the Super Bowl. So it's like expectations are high. We're in a win now moment. It was tough because, again, I didn't really have no one to kind of latch on, lean on, and like show me like, hey, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. And then, you know what I'm saying, additionally, we're kind of like outliers. We dealt with COVID. So I couldn't really
COVID class. You ain't getting no training camp.
I couldn't really just go to Derek house and, you know, hey, chop it up. The only time I was able to see Derek was in the building. And from there, we had to be at a distance. So it's like the relationships that you probably could have had with people that would have been way closer, it was kind of distant to where you couldn't really latch on and lean on. I feel like more so when I went to Chicago the first stint, that's kind of where it brought me peace to where it was no pressure. There was no your third round pick. We need you doing this and this. Like the expectation, it was just play. You know what I'm saying? We went out there. It was David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert, Treston Ebner, me, and Kari Blasingame. And it's like, that was probably, even though we didn't win many games that year, that was probably the most fun I've ever had throughout my entire NFL career, because it was just get out here, play, I'm with the guys. Whatever happens, happens. On to the next week.
Yeah.
So just kind of, you know what I'm saying, getting that routine just kind of brought me peace, because it's like, shoot, like I feel like I'm playing football again. Like I'm no longer, I'm not dealing with injuries. I don't got to worry about this label they trying to throw on me. I ain't got to worry about no contract stuff. Just come in, play, cool. And then from there, I just kind of took that same mindset with me everywhere I went. When I went to Miami, same mindset. You know, I was there with Raheem Mostert. We from the same hometown. He's like an older brother than me. So it's like having him in the room, it made it a lot easier too, to where it's like, shoot, I just showed up to practice. Whatever games that elevated me for, I played in the games. It is what it is, because I know at the end of the day, if I needed to lean on somebody, he's right there. I get to Buffalo. Same thing. Whole running back room. You got James, Ray, Ty, me, Frank. I'd have been around Ty Johnson and Frank Gore Jr. probably for the last 7 years. We all trained together coming out, because I did my pre-draft training in South Florida. So I had Frank Gore, the dad. And he was kind of like the OG for me and Ty, because Ty played with him with the Jets. So it's like,
it's crazy.
I remember Lil Frank when he was in high school, and we all been training together for like 6-7 years. So it's like, it brung like a familiarity to where it's like, shoot, I was comfortable. I got to just go out here, practice, play, get back in. And it's like, it wasn't high stress. It was just, look, we want you to be who you are. Whatever you're good at, that's what we're going to have you doing. So I think that's the main thing, just kind of like the delayed gratification, where it wasn't like, you got to be the guy right now. Just be who you are, and we'll, you know what I'm saying, we'll just figure out the rest later.
Yeah. Patience. I love that. That's a great message. Yeah. Just day by day, like
day by day,
staying in your lane. And I think the NFL is so unique too, of not just all professional sports. From what I noticed, is that you got to be selfish but selfless at the same time, because you're playing for the team, but you got to be looking out for yourself. And but doing that and like that correct balance is really, I feel like this is where a lot of success comes from a lot of players. And maybe that is changing locations and playing for a different franchise or whatnot. Yeah. But I don't know. That's what I've noticed with everything.
I think 100% it's all location, timing, and system based. Like, you know, certain systems work for certain guys, bro. Like, I feel like me going to Tennessee probably wasn't the best fit for me at that time, because, you know, I signed my rookie deal the same time Derek signed his 4-year deal. My rookie year, Derek ran for 2K. And realistically, no matter what the hell I did, wasn't nobody in the world gonna say, hey, put him in front of, like, you know, take time. Hell nah, bro. Like, that was not gonna happen. So I get it. I understand it. I feel like if I go somewhere else, things may have been different, probably for the better, for the worse, you never know. But at the end of the day, that's where I was.
I feel like football is one of those sports too, where it's more about like the opportunities that you're getting and like timing, like we said, because, you know, it's like, I feel like sports like basketball or soccer or even baseball, it's like you can just go practice and play. And if you're standing out, you're standing out. But I feel like almost like opportunities have to be given to you in a certain manner, and just got to be the right timing, or for whatever reason.
There's
like,
so many
people
things
above you are in control, and it's a little it's frustrating, man.
There's just so many things that have to go right, and it's not like some Debbie Downer talk. This is just the game. It is what it is. It's this is like I respect the game. It's just like there are, and like I feel like sometimes, especially thinking about last year when I was on IR, I had the unique opportunity. That's the way I look at it. The opportunity to kind of see the game from like a fan again, rather than like you said, Darrynton, like you're in it. I'm like, oh man, this is year 4, year 5, or this is year 3. I got to make it. I got to go get a contract. Everybody's watching me, or I got to hit these numbers. I didn't do it right, and it's so easy to get caught up in that. And then unfortunately, I got hurt. I was on IR, and obviously it was a tough time. And like you said, like rehab process, like it's a lonely time.
Boy.
It's a dark and lonely space, and I can't even put it into words. Especially since you've been playing football your whole life, you get put in that, and you got to figure it out. You figure out your identity. You figure out who you are real quick.
You learn real quick.
And so I guess kind of like what I'm saying is I was able to see the game just as a fan last year, and just enjoy it, and just enjoy good ball. And then get into Philly, obviously would have loved to play a little bit more than I did this year, but had a great opportunity, be in a great room, learn some things, feel like I got better as a player. I didn't feel any weight of anything, regardless of how much I was on the field or when I did get my number called. It was just like, hey, I'm happy to be back out here just playing. And when you get into that mode where you're just playing free, like I feel like the opportunities I did get, I was playing ball. And it's like one of those things where when you can, and like the timing's always different, but when you can get in that rhythm as an athlete where it's just I'm in the backyard throwing the football with my boys, and we got to win before the bell rings, and we got to head into class. If you can get in that mindset and you do that in the field,
you can be all right.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
We'll unlock the vault, AJ. No worries, man. We're gonna unlock the vault.
We will unlock the vault in the offseason. Do you still train in Florida? Where you based?
Nah, I train at the house now. Not necessarily at the house, but like I live in Charlotte now. My wife from here, so instead of me going back to Florida, it's like shoot, in season I'm already not home, so I might as well do it up here to where I got a little bit more family time. This morning I just finished up, did my little lift in the garage, and then I go to a field, and I got a gym out here I go to, so just kind of be in 3 different spots, just rotating.
Okay. I was gonna say if you were down there, we'll get some work in, but maybe I'll shoot up to Charlotte. We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
I do have to ask, playoff football and everything. You talked about your experience in Chicago. You enjoyed it and everything. Will was hate watching yesterday. He was hate watching as a Green Bay Packer, diehard, born and raised in Green Bay. How are you feeling? I feel like, and I'm going to just say that I feel like the Bears are ahead of schedule. They're ahead of schedule. Caleb Williams, I don't care. He's a dog. Proved it. He's a dog. Will, we'll let you chime in third. But I think the Bears are ahead of schedule. They got a first-year head coach and a quarterback who's going into year 3 next year, playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league.
For sure. I think with Chicago, you have a coach who can help mold and guide the talent that Caleb has. I think that was the biggest thing. Like everybody saw last year with Caleb that he was a raw talent, and we just couldn't get it molded in the right way to where all of his strengths were shown and all of his weaknesses that were there would kind of be a little bit hindered to where everybody wouldn't see him as much. And I think that kind of comes from the day and age that we live in now with like the transfer portal and NIL and stuff. You got to think a lot of those guys go to 3, 4, 5, 6 different colleges. They come to the league, raw talent, but they're underdeveloped. So I feel like, once he got Ben Johnson around, he's been able to get around these different quarterbacks, help turn them into who they are, or really just kind of bring them down, settle things down, keep it simple for them, speak their language to where now, again, they're comfortable. They're in that flow state. Now Caleb's playing lights out. And the thing is, you would see flashes of it the year before, but now you're just seeing it more consistently because he's constantly in that flow state. I think overall the team's gotten better every year. On paper, honestly, I feel like the last 2 years the team shouldn't have did bad. You had a defense. You had a D-line.
I mean, you've been in the locker room.
You know what I'm saying? We've had a D-line in Chicago. You got one of the best corners in the league with Jalen Johnson. This year, what's his name? Wright? He played exceptionally well. Kevin Byers always been one of the top safeties since I was with him in Tennessee. So, him being in Chicago, doing what he's doing, no surprise. The linebacker core, man, you got TJ, you got Maine, you got Noah. They brought in DeMarco Jackson. Who else they got a linebacker? I don't know. They got like 5 or 6, and they all are dogs that can play.
Yeah. They're downhill.
Literally on defense.
They're downhill.
You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. So I feel like cohesively, the defense has always been the backbone. The thing has been on offense. Can we take care of the ball? Can we limit turnovers? And when we get in the red zone, can we get 6 instead of 3? Even though Cairo's he's one of the best kickers in the league too. The thing is, at the end of the day for Chicago, I feel like the 2 seasons previous, if you can get 6 instead of 3, you flip their whole season around to where they either 1 or 2 in the division. Because the thing is, they would split with Detroit, they would split with Minnesota, and then it just depended on whatever happened with Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot here real quick, and then we'll let Will chime in. I see him chomping at the bit. Everything you keep saying, I see him in the camera like, Well, do the Bears win the North again next year?
I think so. Yeah, you got to think, bro. Like you said, they ahead of schedule. So the pieces they have now, they just got to build on them. They went and got an O-line. O-line has been an issue in the past, quote unquote. They went and got an O-line. They went and got young talent at the skill positions on offense. So you got DJ Moore, but then you now got a young tight end in Love, who's there again still with Cole Kmet. You went and got a young Luther Burden. You still got Rome. So it's like you're building all these little pieces. You still got Swift, but at the same time, you got the young bull Kyle Monungai who's running exceptionally hard. Yeah. So it's like now you able to let them get into that point to where, all right, now it's season 2 with the same head coach and the same offensive coordinator. I feel like in the seasons past, like I remember me and Cole Kmet were talking in the locker room. It's like he said it's just so hard to take that next step when every year I've had a different offensive coordinator.
Everything's changing.
I've had a different head coach. Like, you know what
different
I'm saying?
Scheme,
like I didn't really think about that, but then like when you actually think about it, it's like, well, dang, you have had this many OCs, you've had this many head coaches. Like you've been here longer than the people running the show. You've been here longer than the GM.
Yeah.
Like when you actually think about it.
And they don't want to like use what was there before. That everybody got a little chip on their shoulder, man. It's like, hey, I'm gonna bring my own flavor to it. Now you got to learn something brand new.
And you understand, playing in Green Bay, like when you in the North, I feel like it's culture with all 4 of those teams, and that can't be bought. That's taught and learned over time. So I feel like the longer you have players in all 4 of those teams' locker rooms, the more respect they have for the division, and the better everybody will play in that division.
Hey, that's fair. Go ahead, Will. What you got?
What do I got? I don't know. Like, I do agree with you. I do think like Ben Johnson coming in is a huge deal. I mean, he brought a dynamic run game and the O-line. I think that was the biggest part for the Bears' success this year. And it allowed, like you mentioned, AJ, like the run around, playing like his recess. I think that kind of was unlocked a little bit from Caleb. But I don't know. I still see things where he messes up, and I'm like, I told you, like those 3 picks, like it's just kind of. And I do want to preface this with, like last time I totally dunked on the Eagles, but right before AJ signed with them after they won the Super Bowl. So I do want to preface like, no like hate to the person, but like. I don't know, man. I'm taking my guy.
On the flip side, how you feel about Green Bay and them having a lead and then just giving it up? What's your thoughts on that?
That's frustrating, man. I'm not gonna lie, like that sucks. I've been a part of that too many times, and it feels like we give games away. It's almost like we just don't like. You just put a team away, and I think that's what like, some of those older Rodgers teams would do. Is like, man, it'd be like, oh, it's 14-0 on the Bears. Oh, this might be a 42 rip. Like that's what it used to feel like. We got the lead. Like, let's not open up the playbook and hold it for the next round of the playoffs or next time we play the Bears.
Yeah, I feel like the difference also with that Bears team too is in years past, you go down 14-0. Here we go again with Ben Johnson. There ain't no here we go again. It's we still in the game. What if they ain't put up 28, we got a shot. I don't care if it's 3 quarters left, 2 quarters left, or 1. Like that's a team that nobody wanted to play in the playoffs. To be real, nobody wanted to play the Bears or Seattle. But you know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to play the Bears just because they're electric, bro.
If you got a team,
I agree. I mean, there was a lot of fight.
A team with hope, bro, is dangerous. A team with hope is dangerous, especially in the playoffs.
Hey, man, but they might have lit a fire under Green Bay's ass big time now because it was. I mean, I feel like the rivalry's back on. I mean, I haven't felt that since 2010. You know, so
which is good to have, though. Yeah,
it is good to have. It's good. It's honestly great for the NFL when it's the Packers and the Bears. Like when it's like the Packers and the Vikings, or the Packers and the Lions. It's always like it's good for those fan bases. But like the NFL as a whole, like that Green Bay Chicago rivalry is real as hell, and it's fun too.
Who do you think wins the North next year, Will?
Oh, I got the Packers, man. Of course, man. We're bringing everybody back.
Hold on. Why?
Ooh, follow up.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're bringing back a healthy team again. I mean, I think our roster is absolutely stacked. Like I said, I think a little bit of I think this is the first time LaFleur has been. People have been like, "Hey, man, like you better figure it out, or you know you're done." And I think he feels that pressure. Extended, right?
I about to say that would have been the worst. That would have been the worst thing for Green Bay letting LaFleur go.
I agree, but you know, I don't know. Sometimes you need a little punch in the gut, as much as it sucks, and much as it, you know, you don't want to show face, and you don't want to. You know,
but back to the point
but you have
Sean McDermott.
I don't know. I just think like our team.
You made it further.
Yeah. Honestly, but look, I ain't gonna lie. LaFleur's one of them coaches, bro, that I said, and I said this before they decided to keep him. I said if they let LaFleur go, and the team I had circled for him at that point in time before these other jobs opened, I said if he ended up going to Atlanta with the Bijan, a Drake London, a Kyle Pitts who started playing better towards the end of the year, and then they go draft a quarterback or go get Malik Willis from Green Bay in Atlanta. And then that was before the GM went to Miami. Yeah. I'm like, if you bring all of that to Atlanta, they winning games because they will run that division easily. And then from there,
been down there before.
Yeah, and then from there, it's just one game at a time in the playoffs.
I don't disagree with you there. Yeah, I mean, it's just he's the guy, man. You know,
offensively, bro. You gotta love him, man. You gotta love him.
Hey, we're gonna have you. We're gonna have to have you back when one of Will's New Year's resolutions to get more on just watching film and breaking it down. So we're gonna have some film sessions on the pod where Will's breaking stuff down. We'll have to have you back on, break it down for us too. Bills Broncos. Was it a catch? I think it was a catch.
I think it was a catch just because when you look at it, I think earlier in the year, Cole Bishop, when the Bills played I think it might have been the Chiefs, he caught a pick off of one of the receivers and they labeled it a catch.
I think it was Worthy,
like
right?
Incomplete. Yeah, on Worthy. And then at the same time yesterday with Devontae Adams versus the Bears, they called that a catch and he had possession way less time than Brandon Cooks did. So I think it was a catch. But again, the only thing I think that would have helped Buffalo in that situation, as well as throughout the whole game, and I want y'all to go back and look at this and tell me if y'all agree or not. If the receivers just use their hand when they catching, bro, on 50% more of those passes, every pass they caught was trying to body catch, no, use your hands and it'll keep it away from the defender. There was a couple sideline catches. They tried to body catch, you caught it, but now you only got 1 foot in. If you go with your hand, you can leave your feet where they at, and now you get 2 feet in.
Yeah.
So,
I've been compared I think I thought it was a pick, to be honest with you, but that's because
but it
in
it
real
can't
time
be a pick, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is where my perception went. I was at a bar for this game, and it was 5 guys sitting here. And it was like, oh, that's a pick. So that's why I was immediately thought it was a pick. Because the thing that bothers me with constant replay and everything is slow-mo. I feel like slow-mo really doesn't really show the real result of the play that was called on the field. And that play it felt like a 50-50, it had to be inconclusive to be switched. If it was called a catch, I think it's not getting overturned as a pick.
Yeah.
So that's where that's why I haven't seen the side-by-side play of Devontae, because Devontae looked like he caught it and he was making the move to go down, right?
He was already down.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was down, right? Where it felt like Cooks was they were both falling onto the ball together. I don't know how to explain.
And the reason why I say I think it was a catch, because think about this: say a runner trips, right? Mm-hmm. And you see it a lot of time in 2-minute drills. A runner trips, a catcher catches the ball, falls down. They're still alive, right? and then you'll see the defender stand right there, wait,
Mhm.
and try and punch the ball out. If you do that before the runner gets up, he's down. So that's my thing. If I catch the ball and I go to the ground, and the thing is the defender really didn't have possession of the ball. I can see if the defender had possession of the ball. No, he had his arm. So it's like as they're rolling and then you rip, my thing is if the defender is touching him, but his knee is already on the ground, his elbow is already on the ground, the elbow counts as 2 feet, he's down. Catch.
Yeah. And the old school coaching point is just going to be, don't let it get to that point.
Don't let
Right.
it
Don't let it
in
get
the
to
ref's
that point.
hands.
Yeah, don't put it in the ref's hands. It's going to be fun. I like the matchups. I predicted last week, I said whoever won the Rams-Bears game is going to win the Super Bowl. And I'm going to stick by that pick. I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking by it. Sticking by it. All right, who you guys got? Super Bowl champion.
Seattle.
Seattle's front seven's insane right now.
Bro. Disgusting.
Hey, come on.
And the reason why I say Seattle is, again, like you said, they're front seven. And even when Sam Darnold has a bad game, Seattle's able to win a game 13-10, 16-13, kicking all field goals. They can win a game. And imagine when they're on and JSN is playing lights out, and then they still got Cooper Kupp. And then special teams, you got like bros back there taking back kicks and punts like it's nothing. Like whenever they're firing on all cylinders, they dang near unbeatable, but they still winning games when 2 out of the 3 are struggling.
You're gonna see. It's gonna be a fun week. I'm sticking on it. I called it. I gotta stay with it. I can't switch it up. But Will will jump on any bandwagon. So
that's not
he
true.
picked Indiana to
That's
win.
not true.
Indiana, I like Indiana too.
Indiana's nice, dude. They're 8.5 point favorites for a reason. What are we talking about?
Nah, bro.
Indiana's
the ACC,
disciplined.
bro.
They disciplined.
The
man.
ACC. The
I
ACC.
want
is
Miami
bad.
to win.
Man.
Yeah, I want Miami to win just being from Florida, even though I was a Gators fan. I think it's good for the state of Florida when Miami, Florida State, and Florida are playing well. But the thing that scares me the most about Indiana is they're so disciplined. And obviously, like, I haven't personally played against Coach Cignetti, but I've seen him in action because he coached at JMU, which is also in the Sun Belt with App State. So I've seen his teams, and I'm like, yo, he knows how to coach. Like, these boys are out here disciplined. They know their assignments. They getting to where they need to go. And I'm like, yo, I'm watching my young guys at App State play. I'm like, dang, bro, this game right here is a scrap. Like, they physical, they tough, knowing what they supposed to do.
They
and then at the
swarm the
same time, you
football,
watch
man.
you watch other teams that have more athletes and, better skill position, whatever. You can tell, like, all right, yeah, can this coach? Yeah, but he also got the best players in the country.
Yeah.
So it's like watching him do it versus the other coaches. I'm like, all right, maybe if they didn't have this 5-star, 6 5-star receivers and 6 5-star whatevers, maybe they wouldn't be as good as a coach. With Kurt, I feel like whoever he got out there, they're gonna ball.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue. Before he got there, they were like bottom of the Big Ten. And then 2 years, he'd gone 22-2 or something like that. I mean, that ain't. I'm sorry. I'm always that's the players guy. That ain't the players.
Yeah. I want you to look up. I want you to look up another stat over the last 3 years. Who is his only 3 losses to?
His only 3 losses to.
His only 3 losses. It's like the last 3 or 4 years, something like that. I think
Notre Dame it's like Marcus Freeman all 3 times.
This is a fun one.
App State. It's got definitely.
No.
Yeah. App State beat the boys, man.
So, if you carry the 1, App State is playing in the national championship.
Hey, claim it.
Quote unquote. Essentially. Quote unquote, man. Hey, I'll take it how I can get it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I like that fun fact. Definitely wanted to talk about it. We see the setup back there. You see the mic, the headphones, everything go in the chair. You definitely gamed a little bit. I'm sure most of the people listening, they already know this, but talk a little bit about like your hobbies when it comes to streaming and it's live. What's that been like? And what else you got going on right now?
It's been good, man. I've been doing gaming since about 2018, 2019. Kind of popped off the year I got hurt in Tennessee, and I missed that year with my knee. I had a lot more extra time, so it's like I'm rehabbing. Then I got 6 extra hours, so it's like, dang, what else is there to do? But nah, it's been good, man. I got into it. One of my cousins, he's in the MCS Madden Championship Series. He actually just won a belt last year.
No way.
He kind of pitched the idea to me. Clef the God, check him out. And Clef was like, you good at the game, you personal, you know what I'm saying? You know how to talk, you know how to entertain people. Like, you should stream. And like, mind you, he already popping off on Twitch and everything. So I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't think nobody gonna watch me. He's like, nah, just try it. Then again, look, his younger brother is one of the best Call of Duty players in the world right now, man. He had I think he had like the top kills in a Rebirth game record for like a couple months. Yeah, so he said the same thing. He's like, hey, you need to start streaming and do this and do that. So I'm like, dang. So I hopped on duty too. But it's been good, man. I just kind of use it as a way to connect the community. I kind of took a step back from streaming, just to kind of lock in on some other things. But I still run 2 to 3 college football dynasties. We about to open up a Madden franchise here soon, just to kind of keep things rolling. So I ain't really been pressing that live button in a while, but at the same time I've still been connected with everybody talking. I think what I've more so been into now with my extra free time is I've been working on getting my my audio engineering certificate.
Oh wow.
So being able to work like a music studio, understanding the ins and outs of that, like that's always been something that's kind of fascinated me, you know what I'm saying? Just understanding how you go from a blank idea that could either be in your head or on paper and then turn it into the finished product that everybody else sees, listens to, loves, and kind of attach themselves to. So just being a part of that creative process has been dope for me to start learning. And I've been thinking about that shoot since I was in college as well. And then me going to App State, luckily enough, being around people like Luke Combs would come back to the school, do free concerts because he went to App State, and then getting drafted to Tennessee. I'm in Nashville now. I'm in the city where what I'm saying, he was linking up with him, his engineer, my guy Michael Zeus, going to different concerts and stuff, and just seeing how they do things. I'm like, yo, like this is a completely different world, but like I kind of like it, and I wouldn't mind what I'm saying, learning about it. So that's kind of where more of my focus have been right now. And then depending on how things go NFL wise, I still been like brushing up on like some playbook stuff. Potentially may get into coaching at some point. So
yeah,
that's kind of where we're at.
I like all those. You're keeping the door open to everything. Would you want to be more like a producer in the sense of when like music and stuff, or are you gonna solve the problems when it comes to people not hearing footsteps in Call of Duty behind you, and you get into the game like? Because you can do some of that audio engineer stuff with video games too.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So essentially, like where I'm at now, they do a lot of stuff with like TV shows and movies, to where they come in and do the voiceovers for the cartoons or whatever. You got to clean that stuff up. Like it's a business for everything. You're getting paid and contracted by companies like Disney, ESPN, Netflix, whoever. So it's like it's definitely a lane over there as well, which is why I say I'm open to whatever, man. Just trying to provide at this point. But I wouldn't mind doing the music stuff. What I'm saying? It allows me to be behind the scene instead of in front of the TV, in front of a camera like we are with football. I can kind of just be in the background, just enjoying what's going on. So I enjoy it, man. It's dope. Look, if y'all ever in town, like pull up. We can, saying, get a little session in and, let y'all hop on the mic, man.
Hey, no, that's for sure, for sure. You mentioned it a little bit, just the community. And I feel like even if like whatever route you go, I feel like the community that you're building, whether it's streaming, whether it's music, audio, all that kind of stuff, coaching, even like all that stuff, like you're very community driven. That's one of those things that, I've admired about you, even when, I was streaming and I was trying to like ask you like, hey, how do you set this up? How do you set the Discord up for this or that? And, I think no matter like what it looks like, when we're all done playing football and stuff, like whatever that kind of shapes up to be, I think all those people who were following you when you were streaming Duty to whatever are going to be like, hey, all right, when's the album that you're working on dropping with X, Y, and Z? Or, hey, Darrynton's now coaching for the Bills. We're all going to be Bills Mafia, jumping through tables and stuff like that.
I think that's definitely one of the dopest things, man. It's like, in the past, I've actually done some streams in the music studio. So I feel like that may be something too, to where it's like, say I got an at-home studio and it's just working on music while live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Turn the whole house into a live stream.
Yeah, it's another live stream, but instead of it being gaming, it's something else. Like I feel like definitely, these next few years want to move more into the IRL type thing, not necessarily
Yeah.
too much IRL live streaming, but IRL type content to where, just showing people what I do on a week-to-week basis, just kind of get to know me more outside of just football, for sure.
Yeah. We're gonna do rapid fire, a little section, and we'll close out. So you already answered the first one. I was gonna say who you had tonight, Miami or Indiana. I'm taking.
I want Miami, but I'm taking
Miami.
Indiana.
That's the worst answer ever. That's so lame, but I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah.
I'm
a Florida boy, man. I'm a Florida boy. I want Miami.
Then you gotta ride with them. All right. Best locker room you've been in?
Buffalo.
Best pregame snack?
Snack or meal?
Snack, no meal. Just like
snack, Skittles.
Could be halftime. Okay. Skittles. Favorite video game title this year that you played?
College Football 26.
Okay. Weirdest talent not related to sports?
Rubik's Cube. I can solve Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
How quick? Follow up.
Do I got one in here? I think I got it in there. So at one point in time, I could do it under 1:15. Now it'd probably take me some time.
Hey, I don't think I've ever solved the Rubik's Cube in my life.
It's not
so I'll watch the tutorial. Come on with a long form video of that. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
One thing fans misunderstand about the NFL life.
Is brackets. Everybody doesn't live the same lifestyle.
That's a good one. And then the last one, which area was colder to you, Chicago or Buffalo?
Chicago. Buffalo snows more, but Chicago, that Midwest, it ain't nothing like that, boy. Oof.
Yeah, that's Minnesota. I mean, they're so lucky they play inside.
Them and Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago's going to a dome though, so that's my conspiracy theory is that everybody's going to go to domes. But hey, man, we appreciate your time, just chopping it up with us. Make sure you check out Darrynton Evans. It's live on Twitch, and where else can everybody find you and tune in to everything you're doing?
You can find me on X, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Everything's It's Live, ITZ, LIV, and then 3 E's.
Perfect. Tune in. And then we will be back next week. We'll see who was right. I think the Rams win. Everybody else is against me. I think Miami wins. We'll see next week. And hopefully, I'm sitting here with some bragging rights. But we appreciate you, as always, tuning in to Dillon. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. Appreciate you. See you next week.